Get in my way, tryna stop my drip. A hating ass nigga could never. Brand new 40 with a big black clip with your bitch in my whip being extra. When I'm on the scene, it's cookies and cream. These thoughts think we go together. But I'm a king, so I need a queen. Can't be fucking you thoughts forever.
Sheesh. What's up, beautiful people? Did y'all miss me? Hey man, it's y'all boy RP man back with another episode right here on Cookies and Coffee. Yep. And today's episode is about learning more about astrology. Now, first and foremost, I want to apologize to all my fans, my supporters, and everybody who's been real consistent with keeping up with the episodes. First and foremost, I appreciate you, because the people is who I do it for, period. So, we're going to dive on into this thing, because I done had y'all waiting for so long. But today's topic is about learning more about astrology, and the reason I picked this topic is because over the past couple of weeks, I've been seeing a lot of people who never had an interest in astrology start to ask about astrology. A lot of my clients been tapping into astrology, and I've been seeing a lot of people post on social media about astrology. Now, when you talk to a lot of old heads, and some Christians, not all, the first thing they're going to tell you is that astrology is witchcraft. But anybody that has true knowledge of astrology knows that the astrological perspective of astrology comes directly from the sky, from the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Like, they even talk about astrology in the Bible. Basically, a lot of people are being misinformed, a lot of people are being enlightened, and some people are being led to the truth. Now, like I said, in the Bible, they speak on astrology. Of course, they don't come straight out and be like Gemini, Virgo, and all this type stuff, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gemini represents divinity and divine nature. Virgo represents the virgin, and we can go on and on. So, one of the main things people do is read newspapers, read articles, read books, and in some cases they might get enlightened by somebody that knows astrology real good, like me. And most of the time, people be trying to figure out who they are compatible to. Well, from your own experience, I know most of y'all can relate when I say, in most cases, you don't never link up or end up being in a relationship with nobody that you are compatible to. And I'm going to tell you why. Even though you are compatible to these people, one of the main reasons why you never meet people that you are compatible to is because you meet other signs that have the signs that you are compatible to within their placements. And these placements could be in their Mercury, in their Venus sign, in their moon sign, and their Mars. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Like, I am a Gemini. My moon sign is in Aquarius. My Venus is in Cancer. So even though I'm naturally compatible to Libras, Aquarius, Leos, and Aries, let's say I was talking to a Pisces. If that Pisces if she have a moon in Gemini and her Venus is in Aquarius, we could work, and I'm going to tell you why. My Cancer Venus is in compatibility with her sun sign, which is the Pisces. If she have a moon sign and the same as my sun sign, which would be Gemini in this case, that's a natural soulmate connection because it represents divine nature. Sun, moon, balance, one. So we would be, for the most part, exactly a lot alike, or we would have similar interests, common ground, or we will finish each other's sentences when we talk. We will basically carry the same type of energy regardless of all the other sign placements. Now, I tell people all the time that your Venus sign is very important, just like your moon sign, because even though I'm a Gemini, my moon is in Aquarius. So it's like the sun sign of you is the part of you that shines to the rest of the world. It represents your characteristics, like what people see immediately. So with me being a Gemini, people can tell that I'm intelligent, that I'm quick-wit, that I'm versatile, that I'm real divine, well-balanced. Some people call us bipolar, but it ain't that. We just have a divine personality. Sometimes we this way, sometimes we this way, depending on what we're dealing with, what we're going through, or who we're around, or whatever we're experiencing. But in my moon as an Aquarius, I'm more freedom-based, very unique, an oddball. I know a lot of things. I don't speak on nothing but the stuff that I know. Even though I'm very friendly, I can be real cruel too. I'm big on fighting for what's right. I'm big on doing stuff out of the norm. You get what I'm saying? And it adds a difference into my personality. So I always tell people that you can spot somebody's moon sign through their sun sign if they're being 100% real most of the time, because that moon is going to break through that sun sign. Even though you're still going to have those characteristics, if they're being real, then it's going to show, because your moon sign is the side of you that most people hide from the world. It's your true personality. It's your true mood, your true emotions, your true feelings. So you got to consider that when dealing with a person, regardless of whatever their sun sign may be. Now, as I was saying a little while ago, just because you don't meet nobody that you're compatible to does not mean that you're not going to meet somebody you're compatible to, and doesn't mean that if you do meet somebody that you're compatible to, that it's not going to work. You just have to find somebody that you're compatible to based on your sun sign, who have other placements in alignment with your birth chart as well. Because there's a lot of people that's compatible that don't work out. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be like, how y'all compatible? And it's because somewhere within their birth chart, there's a glitch in the matrix. And then in other cases, some people just be stuck in their ways and don't want to acknowledge the reality of their relationship, which causes everything to crumble. Because at the end of the day, like, God don't make no mistakes, and man gonna let us destroy ourselves. And we destroy our relationships, we destroy our bonds, and we destroy compatibilities based on our experiences with people that we felt like was for us that did not do what we perceived them to do. Now check this out. One thing we got to stop doing, if you be in a relationship with, let's just say, a Leo, and you had a bad experience with that Leo, it's a lot of people out there who start hating Leos after that. They start looking at all Leos the same way as that one Leo that they had that bad experience with, and you can't do that. The same way we do with men and women. You have a bad experience in a relationship, you be like, I ain't dating nobody no more. Fuck love, blah, blah. No. Never lose yourself. Never stop being who you are just because somebody else either couldn't comprehend or didn't appreciate you. You have to still remain true to yourself and keep doing what you're doing, and just reserve your nature and your catering, nurturing, and all that other good stuff, qualities within you for somebody that appreciates you. That's all. And until you run across that person again, you do that for yourself. Appreciate yourself. Cherish yourself. And have true self-love. That's why I always tell people to get their birth charts done, so you can know where your sign and your planet placements are within your birth chart. Now, people be asking, why are planets assigned to certain zodiac signs when it comes down to your birth chart outside of your main zodiac sign? Well, when you think about the planets being in the higher realm, all those planets, regardless of your viewpoints on how planets work, what they look like and all that, we ain't talking about that. The fact that planets exist, they have an effect on mankind, and they have an effect on every individual individually. And that's why you might meet a Gemini, you might meet 5 Geminis and be like, well, they don't act nothing alike. And it's because of the other placements within their birth chart. Yeah, they're going to have the same characteristics. They might even be built up the same and look the same and have similar features. But their moves are different. The way they cherish money or family or their relationships different. The way they go about life is different. Their thinking process is different. And it's okay, because God make no mistakes, and everybody are different based on their zodiac signs, their planet placements, their upbringing, their experiences. You know what I'm saying? But when you learn astrology, you understand the more deeper aspects of it. Like, one thing is this. A lot of people don't know that time really don't exist. Time is an illusion. A long time ago, back in the earlier times, before they made clocks and watches, mankind was able to tell time based on nature. Looking up in the sky, looking at the stars, seeing how the earth, move every day. Somewhere along the line, some people got together and pulled the constellations out the sky and put it on the wall. Boom, on the clock. That's why you got 12 hours on the clock. You know what I'm saying? You got 12 zodiac signs. You got 12 disciples. And then you have the sun. You feel me? And everything revolves around the sun. Think about this for 1 second, and I want y'all to Google, buy some astrology books, whatever, man. I don't want y'all to just take my word for it, even though I know what I'm talking about. But dig deeper. Go find this knowledge out for yourself. Challenge yourself, your brain, and what I'm saying. But it's real. So they took it out the sky and put it on the clock. And they did that to control mankind. To control the way we do stuff, the way we think, and all of that. That's why we work 8 hours of the day, we sleep 8 hours of the day, and all we got is 8 hours to do whatever we want. Now look me in my eyes and tell me if that's not a bunch of bullshit. It definitely is. So the strength that lies in knowing your birth chart and understanding how astrology works is the fact that you can gain true self-knowledge about yourself. Like, the planet Mercury represents the way you communicate, your body language, you know what I'm saying, the way you talk with others, the way you receive information, and the way you give messages. Your Jupiter represents your good luck, your optimism, you know what I'm saying, your adventure. Your Venus represent your love, your pleasure, and your desires. Saturn represent trial and error, trials and tribulations, cold-heartedness, severe issues, out the blue unexpected events that teaches us discipline. Mars represent active energy, hormones, war, things of that nature. And you know, I can go on and on, but I'm not going to run through everything. I just wanted to give y'all a little insight on how this stuff work, what's their influences, and how to appreciate them. Now, when you do learn astrology and your personal birth chart along with other people's birth charts, I'm not going to lie, you can manipulate people to a certain extent, because you can learn more about them than they know about themselves. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's important that you take time to learn your own birth chart, so you can understand why you think the way you do, why you move the way you do, why you go about making money the way you do, why your friendships go the way they go, why your relationships go the way they go. It's not no mistake, and it's not no coincidence. All the information is there, but a lot of people don't like to tap in, but it's there. A lot of people ask me, okay, if you're not compatible with this sign, if y'all different elements, can y'all work? Now, as I just stated, your Venus and your Moon and your Mars may allow y'all to work, even though on the surface y'all not compatible. But other times, y'all can be compatible in all the other places in y'all birth chart except for y'all sun sign. And that alone will cause your relationship to not go so good if neither of you or one of you is not taking the initial step to really understand your lover and their element. Now, if you a person that always study astrology and be up on game, you're going to get why you and your mate are having certain issues, or why y'all having disagreements, dislikes, and all that type of stuff, because you take the time to research, to study, to do the work, to do the shadow work and all that, and they pretty much just living on autopilot, losing their mind, stressing themselves out because they don't understand how the elements work. They don't understand your characteristics. They don't understand your nature. All they understand is why they like you, how y'all got together, and what they want from you, and as a whole when it comes to the relationship. But they're not scratching the true surface of your purpose, of your meaning, of your design, of your being. And people need to take stuff like that just as serious as they take the Bible, church, their job, and other stuff that's not healthy for them, period. Astrology is a beautiful thing, man, and it's also the new way of life. And I feel like a lot of people have started to tap in, but with it being this Aquarius age now, a lot of people are really going to tap in. That's why you got a whole lot of healers, a whole lot of spiritual people, a lot of conscious folks coming out the woodwork now, because this information has been poured on us from the Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? The Aquarius is the water bearer, and that water represents information. And we live in the time of information. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you can go on YouTube and find out anything. You can Google anything that you want. You can get it. A lot of jobs going out of business because a lot of people are becoming entrepreneurs and being more self-sufficient. And I mean, times have just changed. You can't pull that Pisces age of illusion and deception on us no more, because people done woke up. We done became more evolved by the grace of the Most High. Yeah. So, we're dealing with astrology. Understand that even though we have a set of zodiac signs that are labeled as positive, and we have a set of zodiac signs labeled as negative, it doesn't mean that neither one of the two are better than each other, because we all need each other. We got to work together. And it's just like a battery post, how you got the positive and the negative. Like, it work together. It don't matter if you put a cable on this side or this side, it's not going to work unless both cables are hooked. And that's how we are. That's why we got the split. We got one side and another side. It represents a duality type of nature. That's why when I speak on the Most High, I be saying him or her, he is her. You know what I'm saying? Because God is masculine and feminine energy. And that's why we was created in its image as men and women. You feel me? So, understand the characteristics of the zodiac signs and their purpose and things of that nature. Now, there have been a lot of talk of, oh, this sign right here beat you up. Oh, this sign don't play no games. Oh, this sign got the best sex. Let me tell y'all something. That's all foolishness, and that's all based on your experience. Now, I'm not going to say you ain't right based on your experience. But man, listen, it's too many people out here, and there's too many birth charts and more experiences out here that you can imagine for you to be narrow-minded, one-sided, and thinking one way based on your own experience. You feel me? You got to get out there and play a little bit. And I ain't saying go out there and be no hoe and sleep with everybody and all that, but you can just be a regular person or a friend of people that's learning more about people's traits and characteristics, because you that interested in astrology and learning how other people's elements work. And once you start to do it, you'll realize, like, yo, this is fun. Because then you start being able to look at people and tell what they are based on their features. Because, I mean, it shows you, like, most Aries people got something wrong with their teeth. They either got bracelets, they either got a gap, they got overbites, they got teeth missing, they got rotten teeth, like they teeth little, they teeth big, like something always be wrong with an Aries teeth one way or the other, you know what I'm saying? Most Sagittarius people got broad, wide foreheads, you know what I'm saying? Most Geminis look young, even when they get older. They hold on to their youthfulness and their looks and their ways and all that, and that's why some signs call us childish, because we still do so much creative stuff that a lot of grown people feel like they shouldn't do no more, because they worried about how society looking at them versus them following their dreams and chasing their passion. Most earth signs like Taurus, Capricorns, and Virgos, they like to work all the time. They big on having money and material stuff. They big on what I have, what I can show you, what I can prove to you, which ain't nothing wrong with that, even though some of us don't care about that type of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Leos, they like the life of the party, you know what I'm saying? They like to have fun, they like to entertain, they like to be entertained. Scorpios, they represent sex, you know what I'm saying? Most of them got figure 8 shapes, and if they don't, they real beautiful and real sexy. Or real handsome if you're a woman looking at a man. But Scorpios are real true to themselves with a passion. They don't care what other people think about them. They big on their pleasures and their desires, and if they say they're going to do something, they're going to put their heart in it and do it. And I can go on, but what I'm saying is, it's no fluke when you realize that everybody not the same. And it was designed to be that way, because if everybody was the same, this life would be boring. So you got to be thankful and show gratitude to the things that's not like you, but still come from you, and it's still of you, and that you can tap into, even if or even though you're not interested in what's being displayed by these other signs. It's okay. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Period. So, let me see if I'm missing anything, because, you know, it's always going to be too much to fit in one episode. You know what I'm saying? But I want to enlighten y'all enough to where y'all can get how this thing works for those who don't know. But astrology is definitely not nothing evil. It's definitely not nothing bad, and it's not witchcraft. It has everything to do with self-knowledge, and one of the most shortest but most important scriptures in the Bible is know thyself. And how else will you know thyself without knowing God and without knowing your birth chart? That is a very important thing to know. And it's also a very important thing to teach if you're a person that's into teaching and know how to teach astrology to other people. Because people really need to know who they are. when it comes to them existing within the cosmos before they came into this physical experience as a spiritual being. Okay, but yeah, I gotta get this call, man. I hope that was helpful. If it wasn't, leave a comment, inbox me, email me, whatever, and I'll make a part 2 like any other segment of any episode that I done did if y'all felt like it wasn't enough. But I hope it was informative to some people, and I hope it was helpful and beneficial as well. But we finna get back to this other stuff we got going on, and just stay tuned for another episode right here on Cookies and Coffee.